We now have a proper ship with thrusters in all directions and a lot more lift than the one thruster we had before. So now we're returning to space and the space wrecks we found and hoping for a decent haul of components. But not before a few more additions to the ship, because it's space engineers and it's very hard to stop tinkering. In the last episode, I thought I had the ship all decked out and ready to go, but there are a couple more things I wanted to add, and a couple things I sort of needed. So what am I thinking about here? I wanted a down-facing camera to give a better view of the collector port, because I can't see what's going on underneath there very well. The next thing is to kill this landing gear and piston. That's weight I don't need, and it's blocking a hydrogen tank port. So I'll add another thruster there. The next thing I think I need is another battery. Last time with the two small batteries, I only had 3 to 4 hours of flight time, but that was also with most of the non-essential electronics turned off or way down. So now I'll go for a regular sized battery. But I am having a small power cell and nickel shortage. I could mine some stone and get the nickel, but I think I'll just disassemble a few detector components and get the nickel that way. Okay, the battery is in, but now I need to charge it, and we're overdue for a little more power on the base, so let's give that a little love. Okay, it's higher, it produces more power, and now that it's a big storm, the thing is really flying. But let's do better. Let's at least get 2 turbines up and running. Our friends the Meteors. We're running a little short on motors and on nickel, so it's not easy to make more. So we'll make this tower 1 block taller and put 2 turbines on the sides. If we get more motors and nickel, we can add another on top, but this will be good for now. It shows 22 minutes on our new battery to a full charge, which is good, because while that's charging, I'll add a programmable block and add the automatic LCD script from the Steam Workshop, and get some needed info. You know, beyond the script and the information itself, one of the things I love about this script is that it gives an interesting, realistic screen. Here, I want to show the total ship mass so I can know when I'm reaching the limit of this ship's lifting capacity. And to know what that weight capacity is on Pertam, I've got that just written directly onto the screen. I get that from the 4 hydrogen thrusters, each lifting 10,000 kilograms on an Earth-like planet. So given that the gravity here on Pertam is 1.2 of that on the Earth-like planet, that means this ship can really only get to 33,000 kilograms before crashing. And then also showing some status for the parachutes. You'll also see another section that reads @1 Auto LCD. This is the second display screen on the programmable block, which usually looks like a keyboard. We'll show a list of any damaged blocks there. You'll also notice the set of commands above starts @0 Auto LCD. Your takeaway there is that on blocks with multiple screens, you can set the automatic LCD script to show information on each one, with that @Auto LCD line starting with the numbering @0. Just the fact that I can also use the programmable block screen itself to display info is super cool. So we have that on the programmable block, and as long as we've got the automatic LCD script on the ship, we can add some customization for the main helm. We'll just show a couple bits here. The total percentage of cargo used, and an inventory list of cargo on board, which right now is just canvases and the parachutes. And yes, we added 2 more of those as well, but enough tinkering. Let's go. Great launch, plenty of power, and it feels so good to be able to fly in any direction I want, and stop when I want, and all that. So much better than just the 2 thrusters. So our first stop will be the first wreck we found last time. It had at least 1 missile turret, which should have 15 metal grids, and we may get a handful of missiles too. We are really in need of some ammunition as well. Alright, let's try out the grinder. Let's see what we've got. Metal grids, some missiles, and other components. Perfect, exactly what I thought. Alright, let's see what else is here. I don't see any more weapons. This looks like it was the cockpit. This looks like a partial ion thruster. So we'll grind one of these and we should get some thruster components. I haven't decided if I'm going to allow myself to use ion thrusters or not in the challenge, but we'll take them. We can at least deconstruct them and get some cobalt, gold, and platinum ingots. Very valuable. We'll get this little interior turret too. That seems to be grinding something else below us. Okay, let's see what we've got. Whoa, 100 metal grids. I don't know what it is I accidentally ground down, but I'll take it. Let's get a couple more blocks and we'll see where we're at. There's a cargo container, and we're at 27,000 kilograms, pretty near the limit. Over 100 metal grids though, that was amazing. So let's just head on back and take our winnings. Nope, change of plan. We're going to the space station to check on what's for sale at the store. I keep hoping this station will either sell more items or at least give us a GPS marker for another station. So let's see what they've got. Our ship is pretty heavily loaded, so let's be careful. Easy docking. Let's see what they've got. So, still disappointing, but with this slightly improved ship, we can do something we couldn't do before. Let's go do a search mission and see if just a little nudge in reputation makes any difference. In space, these are very easy to do if you have an antenna on your ship. It's quick money, so we should have no problems. At least as long as we don't stir up any assert ships while we're flying around. There it is. We'll fly past close and get the reward. Swing around, then watch it disappear. Alright, let's get back to the station and see if it changed anything at the store. No, looks about the same. But also, if you're ever curious about the space credits, it's automatically deposited in your account, and you can see that right here at the store. We'll grab another one of those search missions on the way back home. I don't think there's any sense in coming back here to check at the store, but as long as we're here, we might as well pick it up and do another quick search mission. There we go. It's complete, and we can watch the little satellite thingy just zoom away. On the way back, it could have been a boring trip, but I decided to remain vigilant, turn up the range on my antenna, and look for more signals. And it was worth it. Something flashed to the upper right. It took a couple turns of the ship to hone it in, but it was definitely another space pirate mayday signal. So this looks to be the remnants of a mining ship. There could be some good cargo on board in the containers, but I'm already getting near this ship's safe flying weight on Pertam. So we'll just grab a couple of the interior turrets and mark the spot with the GPS. Now look here. Here's a couple small cargo containers. They probably won't have any components or anything, but they could have a data pad with another station location. We'll grab those and see. There's no data pads, but there were a couple elite tools. Nice. With that, we'll get on back to Pertam and try to make a safe landing. This should go mostly uneventful. I think what I'll do is try to come straight down towards the base and use my one reverse thruster to slow and regulate my descent. Once Pertam's gravity gets to be too much, and it will definitely be way too much just for one thruster, I'll pivot the ship horizontal and let my 4 down thrusters do the work to keep things nice and controlled. Okay, right here at about 6,500 meters, gravity has overcome the thruster. So we'll do our pivot and continue on down. It's very heavy in gravity, but controllable. We'll ease into position here at the base, slide it over a little, quickly check some of our ship's data for weight, power, and components, and get it locked down. Awesome, just like we planned. And this time, we've come back with over 100 metal grids. Those will go far in making this a much more capable ship, allow us to do some more exploring of the planet here on Pertam, and finally give me a chance to do some upgrades to our base. All that and probably a lot more things that I can't even think about will come up in the next episode, so I'll see you next time.